Okay, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to talk about commission work and the process of doing commissions, and we're going to cover really well the contract, the commission agreement. And if you are still wondering whether or not you want to do commissions or you should do commissions, then I refer you to my video on titled Should I Do Commissions? Should I accept commissions? And I think it's covered pretty well there. So let's get into it. Once you have a client who has confirmed that they want to commission you to do a painting, then what should you do? What should you do next? Well, I suggest that you get a form with a heading on it. You just make one up that says information sheet and have lines. And then while you're discussing the idea of doing a commission and the project that your client wants, then take notes. Take good notes. Make sure you cover everything that they think they want, or they might want, and in the process you'll probably come to the conclusion, oh no, I'd rather do this or that, and you can scratch off some of the things that you put. But in the end, you will have good notes on what the client would like in relationship to this commission painting. All right, so, and then you can transfer that information to at least part of it, the applicable parts, to the contract. But keep that sheet, that information sheet, with your contract so that you keep all the information together. If there's any applicable photographs that you're going to be using, any reference photos, then you'll want to keep that with your contract as well. So, should you have a contract? If you're questioning that, the answer is yes, you do want to have a contract. Whether it's a friend, a relative, or a stranger, it doesn't matter. A previous client, oh, you already know them, you don't need a contract with them anymore. Yes, you do. You should have a contract. It's just a good policy. It keeps your paperwork straight. It's not like you're binding anyone, yourself or them, to something they don't want or don't want to do. It's just clarifying what's expected and what you're committing to. And it's just the right thing to do. So have a contract. So we're going to go through my contract. But I say contract, but that's not what I call it. Not at the heading. It is a contract, but it's not titled contract. That's smaller print. So here, I'll just show it to you. So we'll go over this. This is exact contract I use. So here we go. So I put my logo at the top. I like to have that there. It's just professional looking. And then I call this commission agreement. Isn't that pleasant? That's so fun. I mean, how can you not like that? They're commissioning something, you're taking a commission, and you're making an agreement about that commission. So it's a commission agreement. But then immediately we say, this contract is between the artist, Mark B. Goodson, and the client, and then we just fill in their name. And then the agreement is made this date of this month of this year, and then the rough approximate date of completion. It's kind of hard to know how fast or slow you're going to paint or how many interruptions you're going to have. So I make sure this is understood. This is a rough approximation of the completion date. It just makes life a little easier on you. And then we get the client's address, their email address, their phone number, and then we go through the terms of this commission agreement, this contract. So as far as the work is concerned, the artist will consult. So these are things basically that I am going to provide. The artist will consult with the client either at his studio, the artist studio, by phone, email, or at the client's location within a 20-mile radius of the artist studio. Greater distances will require travel expense charges, in brackets, and so otherwise it's free. The artist will go through the various artwork considerations and will give specific guidance on the type of work that would best suit the client's desires and requirements. So you pretty much coach your client through the whole process. They're going to want that, they're going to like that. Your professionalism is appreciated, or they wouldn't have come to you in the first place. And then as far as payment is concerned, a non-refundable deposit of 50% is required before artwork commences. Full payment is due upon release of the artwork to the client. The client may also make additional deposits leading up to the completion of the artwork if desired. I can't say I've ever had that happen, but it's nice to give them the opportunity. And then the copyright and ownership policy. It's just one little paragraph. Look how much we're covered already. The artist retains any and all intellectual property of the artwork, preliminary design, and any incidental work made in the creation of the art. The client claims no rights to any copyrights or other intellectual property of the artist, including reproduction rights. No artwork may be reproduced or altered without the express written consent of the artist. The artist will receive authorship credit in the event of any reproductions of the work. The client gives the artist permission to use the client's name and images of the artwork for advertising and editorial use without violation of the client's privacy. This is kind of nice for the website or whatever other marketing you might be involved with. And then termination. What about terminating this contract? We've got to have something to do with that. I mean, it could happen. In the event the client terminates this agreement, the artist retains sole ownership of the artwork and may finish, exhibit, and sell the work to another client at will. The artist retains the 50% non-refundable deposit. So it kind of covers you in case you get some work done and something happens and they need to drop out of this. Sitters, photographs, any and all sitters will be required to give such settings and other assistance, such as being photographed, as are required by the artist for the successful completion of the work. As a rule, photographs used in the work will be taken by the artist and will remain the property of the artist. Exceptions may include the following, or their like, in cases of subject who are deceased or who live too far away for the artist to take the photographs. Work will be done from photographs provided by the client. In such cases, the client will provide photographs as digital images and or hard copy prints. So that covers things pretty well. Now, this part right here about frames, you may want to totally eliminate this or alter it entirely. You might want to alter any of this, I don't know. You want to make sure that your commission agreement works for you and your clients. So what I've put for frames is the artist provides as a gift, one of his custom-made shadow box style frames. Framing of any other type will be the expense and responsibility of the client. Now, I heard about a Russian artist that had been framing his own work, building the frames, and he's passed away now. I can't tell you what his name was. But when collectors find his painting and to buy, and it's still in the frame that he made, for some reason they just really like that, and so they get excited and they're happier with their purchase if they collect that particular painting to add to their collection. So I thought that was kind of cool, and so I just started making the frames. And besides, you go to a frame shop and it can be very expensive, so I just figured out a way to do a shadow box type frame that's inexpensive and within my carpentry skills. You can see on this particular painting I'm working on right now, this is the style. There's a gap between the canvas and the frame, and I just paint the inside of there dark, and I stain the front of the frame and the outside of the frame. And then I paint the outside edge of the canvas as well, just for aesthetics. So that's what I'm dealing with. This is the kind of frame that I give to the client. It comes as part of the painting. Now, if they don't want the frame that I'm providing, then I don't make it. I let them go and choose whatever kind of frame they want to go buy. But if they want it, I'll provide this. So that's the deal with the frame. All right, so let's get back to our commission agreement here. All right, this is a one-page agreement. It's gone through some editing. It's been changed quite a few times. It used to be a two-page agreement that had all this, the terms were on a completely different sheet. And I let another artist have a copy of it, and they modified it and sent me back a copy in case I liked it. And they had turned it into a one-page thing. And I thought that was great. And so I modified it from what they had done to meet my needs. And now I have this one-page agreement as you see it. So as far as the description of the work, so I've given space for 3 paintings here. And if there are more than 3 paintings in this particular commission or order, yeah, it would be a commission for this. I'd use a different form if it was an order, just an order that wasn't a commission. So any additional paintings listed on back. So that allows me to accommodate multiple paintings and still bring the totals and stuff in here. So here we go. Quantity. Say there's one painting that's 24 by 36 or 24 by 36, and the investment. See, I don't call it the price, it's their investment. And I put the amount there. And then the next one in its size and its investment value. And the next one, if there are 3. If there's just one, then that's it. And then I put the total here, and then I bring the total investment up here, add taxes, travel expenses if they're applicable, total it, and then 50% down. And then what type of method did they use to pay that 50%, the date they paid it, and like if it was a check, I would write the check number there. If it was Visa, I'd just write Visa there, that kind of thing. Venmo, whatever the case might be. And then there's their balance. Now sometimes this doesn't work out, there's something weird about the order, and I just kind of manipulate things till I get all the information in and don't use these exact lines. But for the most part, this works really well. Now here's notes. Who's the subject? What's the description? Just applicable information that you want to have on the contract so that everybody knows generally what this contract is to be a painting of. And any little tidbits, like they want their watch face to be showing for sure because it's symbolic to them, or a picture of grandma in the background, or I don't know what it might be. And then in signing this contractual agreement, the artist and client approve the information and accept the terms and conditions herein. The client gets to sign, the artist gets to sign, and date and date. And then I just have a little marketing here with my email, my phone number, and my website. Now this information at the bottom, excuse me, this information at the bottom are just things that are just for my in-house use. Because after I have a client's painting done, there's a variety of things I do that give extra service to the client. So check when complete. Is the painting complete? Check it off. Then I go get my painting scanned professionally so that I can have reproductions made or greeting cards made or marketing on my website with nice images. If I got it scanned, check that off. Now I'll write a story about this painting, the experience of it, or the meaning of it, or something. Whatever is applicable to this painting, I write up its story. I check that off. That story will appear probably in 2 different forms or versions. One will be on my website, and one will be on the inside my, what do you call it? Certificate of Authenticity booklet. So I know you may not need to give a certificate of authenticity for an original painting. There it is, it's original. But I like to do it because it adds value. It at least gives the client the perception that I've added value. So I'm doing it. So there's the story going to go in there. And the certificate of authenticity booklet, do I have it completed? If I do, check it off. Is the painting been received by the client and with their certificate of authenticity booklet? Yes, check it off. Did I pay the sales tax to the state? Yes, check it off. So this just gives me a checklist of things that I want to make sure I get done to follow my complete procedure in the way I operate my art business. Have I determined what sizes and prices I'm going to make available for prints? Yes, check it off. Or no, I haven't. Then it's not checked off, so I need to go and take care of that. Have I laid out the greeting card? Have I put the information, the image and the pricing into my Square point of purchase software? Is it on my website yet? Have I received 3 referrals? I always ask the client for some referrals when I provide him with his painting. I give him a form. All he has to do is fill out 3 people's name, address, and phone numbers, and email, and that kind of information. And I'm going to send all 3 of those people a letter inviting them to check out my website or come to my gallery, my studio. Just a soft sell invitation. And did I send those invitations? Check it off. The client experience story, oh my goodness, whose story is most important, yours or the client's? Well, it's the client's. They tell the most compelling story that's interesting to that potential client. So I always ask them to write me a paragraph, what they experienced, how did they like working with me, what was it like, how was I to work with, how did they like their painting, anything that they want to tell me about. And then if I get it, I check it off. And then have I posted to social media? Check it off. Have I done a YouTube video about it? Check it off. Have I made the content? Oh, let's see, sort of doubled that up. And then have I put it in Google Drive and Google Docs? Now, what do I mean by Google Drive and Google Docs? So I've got a whole file. I'm going to do a video on that because it's kind of complex. But it will help you as you go forward with making prints, keeping track of which numbers of a limited edition have been sold or not, and which one would be the next one ordered. You don't want to be selling the same print number more than once. You'd end up getting sued or having people really unhappy with you. So it's just a way to keep track of each artwork, what sizes are available, and what numbers have been used, what prices are involved with a given print size, whether it's just a rolled print, put in a tube and mailed to the client, whether it's gallery wrapped or whether it's framed. So there's different prices for those 3 different categories, and then keeping track of the number, of course. So anyway, that's my commission agreement. Now, don't feel like you had to photograph that and now go redesign it. You don't need to, because I am going to provide that to you. I'm just going to leave out my name, my logo. I would think you'd like it because, it's been a lot of work getting to this point. And I'm sure you'll modify it, and you should, to make sure it fits your situation. God, there's so many different situations with us artists, So anyway, I just am going to, below this video, there's going to be a link where you can go and download this as a PDF file and then do whatever the heck you want with it. Make it work for you. I just ask for 2 things from you. One, I want you to do for yourself. I want you to subscribe to this channel. I know that will benefit me and my channel, but it's going to benefit you. And hopefully, I know you're altruistic and you would love to help me out, and I hope you feel that way. But if you get this content coming to you on a regular basis, I'm going to benefit your life as an artist to help you with the trajectory of the success of your career. I'm sure that what I have to share will benefit you. So that's one thing. Please subscribe to my channel. And the second thing is help other people by sharing the video with 2 people, 2 other artists, 2 other friends, whoever it is you know that you think might have any kind of benefit from my channel generally, or particularly this video. So subscribe and share. 2 people, please. And let's see. I have no way to check if you did that. So you're on your honor. So I hope you'll do it. It'll be good. All right. So you want to complete the contract. You want to sign the contract. You want to date the contract and put in your notes and collect 50% deposit. Now, is there some times where you shouldn't collect your deposit? No, there's no time you shouldn't collect your deposit. Collect the 50%, always. It helps you feel so much better about it as you're going along painting the rest of the painting. In fact, it probably helps you to know you still have 50% coming as much as it does that you had 50% already to help you with today's expenses or putting in your today's savings account, whatever it is you're going to do with the money. So now there's a couple other things you need to consider with your contract. What do you do with it? You've got it all filled out and now you're messing with canvas and paint and your workspace. So what happens to the contract? Well, in my other contract video, Should I Take Contracts, you'll see that, I think it was that one. Anyway, we'll cover it right now. So I put mine in a binder like this. This is my active order binder. My completed commission order and all other kind of orders binder is thicker than this, and there's more than one. But with this one, this is where I store my current working contracts. And some of them are on a little bit of a hold right now. Some of them are very active, and some are waiting for me to get to them because there's something else in front of them. But the nice thing about this is they're each in plastic sleeves. And so you can have your contract in there, but you can also tuck in there your notes from your, what do we call that? Your information sheet page where you put your notes and any applicable photo references. So everything stays together. So you don't lose anything. It's not good if you lose part of your information and then you get partway in the process of the commission and you've lost something. That's not good. So then you need to keep your commitments. So what you agree to with this painting, this commission, you do it. You follow through. This comes down to what kind of character you have as a human being. But I'm telling you that this painting, once it's done, it's going to either help you sell more paintings or it's going to cause you to sell less paintings. So whether you're doing commissioned work, somebody else has chosen the subject matter, or if it's something you just wanted to do because you love whatever it is you're going to paint. Either way, you exercise enough maturity as an artist, artistic maturity, that you will strive to do your best work every time, all the time, because always going to come back and reflect on you. And it doesn't just reflect on you, it reflects in you, how you feel about your work and yourself. And you might as well enjoy your work, enjoy yourself, enjoy what you're doing. And if you go at these commissions with a good attitude, thinking, well, this is what I chose to paint, it's not what I would have chose to paint, but I'm going to make a good painting out of this, then you're coming along just fine. So, and besides, you're building long-term relationships with your clients. So one of the way you can do that building of the relationship is during the process of painting the painting. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't do this, but it doesn't hurt to take daily progression photographs or whatever days you work on that particular painting. At the end of the day, take a photograph. And then at the end of the week, you send all those images by email or text to your client, and they just kind of keep up to date, and they're sticking with it, and they're part of the process in a way, and they like that. So build your relationship with your client any which way you can. that's positive and makes it feel like they're getting really good service and that you care about them. And it'll help you sell more paintings. I'm telling you, it will. So, all right, just one last thing. Be kind to your future self and subscribe to this channel and share it with others. So that'll do. Now, don't forget, at the bottom, you can click the link and download a PDF of this contract, this commission agreement, and manipulate it how you want. I'm hoping it will be of value to you. Some of you are all taken care of that way, but I know I would like to have gotten this kind of help and not have to go through all the invention of it myself. So thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate you very much, and I'll see you again next time.